Hello, doctors. Today's topic of discussion is vulvovaginal infections. So, let's get going. First one, Candida vulvovaginitis. Candida vulvovaginitis is caused by Candida albicans. This is mainly grown in acid medium with abundant supply of carbohydrate. And this is mainly commonly seen in pregnant cases, patients with diabetes, and the persons who are on OCPs and who has taken chronic antibiotics or steroids. Clinically, persons may present with thick white curdy discharge with extreme vulval itching, and sometimes white colored patches of cheesy material can be adherent with the vagina or can be visible through the perineum. If it is removed manually, that may leave multiple petechial-like hemorrhagic areas. So you have to remember that Candida for white, curdy discharge and white color patches. So Candida is always white. And the diagnosis is mainly done by microscopic examination of vaginal discharge, mainly in 10% KOH solution, and which will reveal candidal hyphae and buds. And this is the most important point, Nickerson medium. Nickerson medium is used for culturing this Candida albicans. Next comes Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas is actively motile organism and anaerobic organism. This is also sexually transmissible, and this pH 5 to 6 is favored for growing of this Trichomonas, mainly during menstrual period. Here the discharge is copious but green in color. In case of Candida, white in color. Here it is green in color, frothy discharge, and sometimes it is associated with foul odor and vulval pruritus. On examination, we can see punctuation on the cervix. Classically, that is called as strawberry cervix. So you can remember like this: try the strawberry, try for Trichomonas, strawberry for strawberry cervix. And diagnosis made by saline wet mount the vaginal discharge, which reveals highly motile Trichomonas. So here the points to remember is copious greenish frothy discharge and strawberry cervix. Next comes bacterial vaginosis. This is caused by overgrowth of variety of bacterial species such as Gardnerella, bacteroids, Streptococcus, Mycoplasma and etc. Here the most common organism is Gardnerella vaginalis. So here we are going to see about Gardnerella vaginosis. First, this vaginitis is characterized by vaginal discharge with a fishy odor or musty odor. Patient may be having little or more vulval irritation, but here the specific symptom is fishy or musty odor of the discharge. Next comes the important point, clue cells will be there. What is clue cells? On microscopic examination, we can have clue cells, which means vaginal epithelial cells coated with coccobacilli, that is resembles like clue like appearance. And test for detecting this bacteria is Whiff test. Next comes Amsel criteria. Amsel criteria confirms the diagnosis. Any of the three of the following will confirm the diagnosis. 4 points are white thin watery discharge, pH more than 4.5, fishy odor on Whiff test, and clue cells. Next comes herpes genitalis. Herpes genitalis is most commonly caused by herpes simplex virus 2, 90% caused by HSV2 and 10% by HSV1. And if the persons are having recurrent infections, then also we have to think about HSV2 infection. This is also sexually transmitted, and here the symptoms will appear within 7 days of sexual contact. Here patients will be having red painful inflammatory vesicles over the genital area and associated with painful inguinal lymphadenopathy. And this herpes simplex virus is the most common cause of genital ulcer. Here the diagnosis can be done by PCR. And the important point is adverse effect of this infection is miscarriage or preterm labor can be occur if it is affecting the pregnant ladies. So miscarriage and preterm labor. And here cesarean section is indicated just to prevention. That's all today. Thank you.